Kia ora and welcome to
Reading
Time with Loopy Tunes. Yeah. Alright, here is our book today. Oh, that was a new one.
Wow, it came flying.
It jumped out just like the title.
Rats. Yeah. By Gavin Bishop.
Yeah. Thank you, Gavin, for letting us read your books, which we love.
Excited.
And Gavin actually illustrated this one too. Alright.
Very cool.
We're
welcome
going to
you.
welcome you. No mai kia koutou kei te pehe o koutou. Welcome everyone, how are you? No mai kia koutou kei te pehe o koutou. Ko te wā ka nui me te waiata. It's time to read and sing.
I get to read today. And I haven't read it yet.
This is one of our favourite animals.
Start reading.
A rat.
Rat.
It's what? Kiore?
Kiore. Kiore.
Kiore. What's that?
Kiore. All right. So there you go. Rat. I wonder what this is all about.
I don't know.
Mrs. Polly Piper had rats. Not a very happy look on her face. They invaded her bath. What's a bath, Seal?
Oh, Tāpu? Tāpu? Tāpu.
Tāpu.
Oh, no, is it
Look at all these-
Coco? Oh, Tāpu, fucking, yeah.
Tauranga. There's a few
There's a
words. Look at them all. Wow.
They're sword fighting.
Some of them are sword fighting, yes. She's trying to have a bath. They upset her friends. Oh no! They were having a cup of tea. What's a cup of tea?
A Cuppa tea.
And they put her off her breakfast. Oh no!
Oh, she was eating her parakuihi.
They wouldn't be very hungry after that.
Nah.
She pleaded with them to leave her in peace. She promised them tons of tasty tidbits if only they would go. But the rats stayed on. Look in the window. They're all over the place. Then one afternoon, there was a rat-a-tat-tat at the door. Rapscallion Claw, at your service, ma'am. Rats are my business. Rats are my game. Come in, do come in, cried Mrs. Polly Piper. He looked in the dining room. No rats here, he said.
Oh, can you see them? They're hiding in the wallpaper.
Hiding. They look like the pattern in the wallpaper.
They're
What's
cheeky.
wallpaper, Seal and Marty?
Pēpa Pakitara.
Yeah. He looked in the living room. No rats here, he said. Oh, they're being very clever, aren't they? They're hiding in the patterns, hiding up there in the bird cage.
Are you good at hiding? Like this.
He looked in the bedroom. No rats here, he said. Look at this clever one. It's pretending to be the moustache in the photo. That's cool.
They are very cheeky rats.
Then Rapscallion Claw took out an old accordion and struck up a jig. And it was such a jiggity-jig-jig that the rats came out of hiding. They couldn't stop themselves from dancing. Rapscallion Claw flung open the door and the rats followed him across the porch and down the steps.
They like the music, I think.
Clever cats. They danced behind Rapscallion Claw up a winding path into the mountains. At the top of the highest peak, they came to an old cabin. This is your new home, he said. Toodaloo! The rats danced inside. They were hungry, but the cabin was bare, so they nibbled the walls, they chewed the floor, they ate the door.
Wow.
They were hungry. What's hungry, Seal and Marty?
Hiakai.
Hiakai. So Hiakai, they ate the cabin. When the sun went down, it got cold, very cold. The winds blew through the walls, it howled through the floor, snow whirled through the door. The chattering of 1,000,000 tiny teeth filled the house. Look at all that snow. Yay! I like snow.
I don't like snow.
We're sisters.
It's cold.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Polly Piper looked into her dining room. No rats here, she said. She looked into her living room. No rats here, she said. I wonder what she's thinking. She looked into her bedroom. No rats here, she said in a tiny voice. For the first time in her life, Mrs. Polly Piper was lonely.
Aww.
All of her rat friends were gone.
She was feeling Mokemoke.
Mokemoke. The next morning, Mrs. Polly Piper pulled her curtains to see what the day might bring. Mrs. Polly Piper smiled to herself. I'll think about it, she called, but if I invite you back, there'll be no nonsense. I'll call the tune. Oh, I get it. Up here. Sorry, I missed this bit. Let us come back, please.
Aww.
I wonder who did that. Who do you think did that? Oh, the mice. The mice.
It says in the book.
So the rats moved back. They patched the holes, they wallpapered the living room, and they put fresh paper in the budgie's cage. The rats treated Mrs. Polly Piper like a queen. They cooked her tasty meals, they made her pretty dresses, and they always made sure the TV was on her favourite channel.
Aww.
That's really nice. Aww. She looks so much happier. Throughout the months and over the years, the rats stayed with Mrs. Polly Piper. Good days came and bad days went. Babies were born and old ones passed on. And at all times, Mrs. Polly Piper called the tune. That's so cute. And I love the illustrations. Very cool. There you go.
The
She made
rats
friends.
became her friends.
Yeah.
And they actually ended up helping her. I said, I didn't see a clock. Did you see a clock in the book, Leah?
Maybe.
I can't
Surely
remember.
there was a clock.
There might have been a Hickory Dickory Dock clock. So we're going to share, which is all about our mice, who are like our rats, little cozies, who like to run up the clock, and then they do a little action, all right? So you want to copy us? So we're going to be doing our knees, our shoulders, then our head to climb up, and then our head, our shoulders, our knees to climb down. We ready? Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock strikes 1. The mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock, Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock strikes 2. 1, 2. The mouse goes boo. Hickory Dickory Dock, Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock strikes 3. 1, 2, 3. The mouse goes wee. Hickory Dickory Dock, Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock strikes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The mouse says no more. Hickory Dickory Dock. Yay! Well done! And that's a bit of a brain exercise, trying to remember what part to do. All right.
Thank you for letting us read the book.
Thank you very much, Gavin, for letting us read this book to you. All right. Have an awesome week. Kia pai tō wiki.
Ka kite.